ยวจะหลับนะเอาใจเธออาจจะลอยอยู่เธอเมาอาการมันคนลุกสู้อยากจะเตือนให้เธอรู้เวลาเมาและน่าดุเดี๋ยวเธอขับรถชนประตูฉันเป็นห่วงเธอจริงนะถ้าตอนนี้เธอฟังอยู่นะค่อยๆดื่มน้ำตามแล้วก็อย่าพูดว่าตั้งสติแล้วคิดอยู่ข้างถ้าใครมีเพื่อนอยู่ข้างกายบอกกับมันเลยว่ากูไม่สบายเพื่อนฝรั่งบอกกูให้ไม่ใช่ว่าอยากsay hiแต่ตอนนี้ I'm gonna die oh yeah oh yeah oh yeah oh yeah yes you drunk oh yeah oh yeah oh yeah oh yeah yes you drunk stop right now ไว้หรือเปล่า stop right now นัดเดียวยาว stop right now let me go home with you
It's been 4 weeks, 4 days, 7 hours since I talked to you. Somehow I never crossed your mind. Suddenly I'm 2 chapters in on a flight into Malibu, and now I'm worth your reply. Every time I run through your mind, you call to chase the feeling. Guess I shouldn't be that surprised. Where you left was so revealing. Thought we had a good time. You were pulling movie rom-com lines, holding hands in the daylight. I really thought that I could read your mind. Now you push and pull me inside out. I'm blocking your call, I'm done now. Thought we had a good time. Sometimes time runs out. We would do or die, know you felt the hype. We were on the same page, same page. Seeing through the lights, loving no goodbye. Guess that you were all game, so lame. You should've known when you walk out the door, they don't stay open for you anymore. Now you won't talk about it, there ain't no way around it. Thought we had a good time. You were pulling movie rom-com lines, holding hands in the daylight. I really thought that I could read your mind. Now you push and pull me inside out. I'm blocking your call, I'm done now. Thought we had a good time. Sometimes time runs out. You were so over it. Now I'm so over it. 3, 2, 1, get over it. You were so over it. Now I'm so over it. 3, 2, 1, get over it. Thought we had a good time. You were pulling movie rom-com lines, holding hands in the daylight. I really thought that I could read your mind. Now you push and pull me inside out. I'm blocking your call, I'm done now. Thought we had a good time, but sometimes time runs out. Thought we had a good time.
right, there, Kinsman,
Here we
rock
are.
and or
Yes,
roll. There we
rock
are.
and or roll on a Tuesday night, Studio 67
Yeah,
in
that's right.
downtown Timmins.
All right.
Here we are.
For the one person that didn't know it was Tuesday, Marcus clarified
You
that
never
for
know when you're watching or rewatch
Yeah.
one day of the week. We
But
were
then
sitting in the studio.
But then it wouldn't make any sense if someone's watching it
Well,
on
that's
Wednesday.
right.
Why would they want to
That's
know it's
right,
Tuesday?
Right.
So Jason Dennis is here, by the way.
Yes.
How's it
from
going,
Northern
Jason?
Ontario
Good.
Expo.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us on, guys.
that's
Appreciate
right. Because it is a big night. Tricia Helfer is going to be joining us shortly.
Yes, she will. So, yeah, we're going to be chatting all about the big weekend coming up. And if you're looking for a weekend off or need to book the time off, April 20th and 21st, it's the McIntyre. And again, this is the biggest one yet. Looking forward to it, right, Jay?
It is looking that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're pretty excited now. We're close to, we're under 60 days. I think we had just posted our 50 days left last week. So we're getting awfully close. It just seems like yesterday that we were driving around in Bumblebee and Optimus Prime, and now here we are, getting ready to welcome Tricia to Timmins. So we're really, really happy and excited.
Yeah, we're going to chat a whole bunch more about TimminsCon after we chat with Tricia, but it's a big deal. And since we have a moment, the selection of bringing the celebrity, and we chatted about this before, but it's obviously you want to bring in someone that people are going to enjoy meeting, but at the same time, someone who's a good fit for the welcoming Northern culture.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's like I says, a lot of these celebrities, they do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 of these, and it's just not within Canada or US, it's around the world. The demand is around the world, so they do a lot of traveling, they see a lot of people, and sometimes patients do get a little short, so it's important, especially for our community. And I always say that we're geographically challenged, so it's important that when we bring somebody in that we make sure that we do our homework and we know that we're bringing someone in that's going to be very friendly and cordial, and take that extra minute or two to talk to their fans and that kind of stuff. So it's very important that we do that homework for everyone. So.
And a couple questions, while we have a moment that we're receiving. So folks that are attending TimminsCon, you don't need to. There's no tickets to purchase online. You purchase at the door.
At the door.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Both Saturday
At the
and
door
Sunday.
admission, both Saturday and Sunday.
At the door.
Yes.
And do you take cold hard cash and debit credit and all those?
Yes, we do.
20,
We have all
24
those options available for everyone at the door. So we have all options. We're welcoming everyone, and hopefully we can get a good turnout again this year.
Well, let's hope. Over 6,000 predicted into the doors this year coming. I'm going to say maybe pushing 7,000, which would be kind of nice. 8,000.
That would be fantastic.
4,000 each day would probably make you really super happy. And of course, the vendors who have booked a booth with you.
Yep.
It's an exciting weekend. Talking to vendors from TimminsCon's past. They love the Timmins venue. They love us because we're always walking through there, and they're gonna see a lot of money being spent at their booths.
Yeah, no, and again, because of us where we are geographically, a lot of the vendors that come here, they like coming here because they're the only ones who have that specific product at our show. Where if you're at a bigger show, there might be 20, 30, 40 vendors who have the same product as you do. So it's a bidding war where they come here, and they're kind of the only ones who have that specific collectible or action figure or comic book, whatever the case may be. So they keep coming back every year. So we're really, really appreciative, and we appreciate their support and their commitment to our event. So it's much appreciated for sure.
Yeah, it sure is.
We should say this, Kinsman, while we have a second, you have a cutting board. People can't see it at home, but I'm circling it with the mouse.
As if you have to circle it with the mouse.
Well, only for your old eyes.
That's like saying Tuesday.
Well,
on the show, which you were making fun of that. Now you're they can see that.
No one can see the mouse being circled. Right?
Well, I know that's only us.
But
there is a mouse circling around.
We will get that
cutout board, but we'll chat about that in a little bit there.
Yeah, that's right, because we're ready to bring on Tricia.
We're ready to bring on Tricia Helfer, who's going to be at this year's TimminsCon, April 20th and 21st at the MAC. And again, she's joining us live here in Timmins tonight.
There, you stole the whole introduction.
Yes,
there we go. Well, let's bring on Tricia now.
Tricia on there now. Hey, Tricia.
Hi. I think I'm a little late. Sorry.
No, never late. Never late.
Right.
It just means you missed our bad cliches to start off the show.
Okay, so I did it on purpose. In reality, I was out feeding my goats, and it's been raining all day, so there was a little extra cleanup, and I got
Feeding
in.
goats.
Feeding goats. So, how long's the grass down there in Atlanta?
Yeah, it's not. It's winter, but yeah. Anyway, sorry for that.
Hey, no worries.
Yeah,
No worries at all.
no worries. Well, you're probably going to have grass here in Timmins, believe it or not, for April. Usually it's about 15 feet of snow, but surprisingly, we got some tropical weather for us.
Very warm.
Jason?
Yeah, it's a little warmer than usual this time of year, which is a good thing. So
Yeah. We're
I was
excited.
a little worried about that. Yeah, Northern Ontario in April is still probably
Yeah.
Still
Anytime,
winter up here.
anytime you Google Northern Ontario, the first picture is like an igloo, right?
and dog sleds.
and dog sleds.
Dog
so.
sleds and everything else. Yeah.
But we'll open that up. So thanks for joining us
Thank you.
for a few minutes this evening. Obviously, we're all super excited. You're joining us at TimminsCon this April. Jason made an amazing choice with the NOE. Yeah,
Oh,
perfect.
nice. Yes.
He's got the T-shirt on, by the way.
Got
You
your
can see it,
shirts.
right?
Yes,
You're
there it
wearing
is.
my face.
Yes. Is that weird? See people
Well,
wear your face on their shirt.
I hadn't noticed it yet, so it's not when you go to a convention. I mean, I hope to see some other people. One time there was like 6 guys all dressed as number 6 in the red dress.
Ooh.
That was a little funny. It caught me off guard seeing 6 men walk up in the red dress. So seeing my face on your
Okay.
shirt is not as
Yeah.
A little off guard.
A little off
A
guard.
little off guard.
So Mark, wear purple. That's the red. The
That's it,
red's
yeah.
been done. Okay, pal.
Red is off the list. Well, we'll try something different
Yeah.
for Timmins. Yeah.
Okay, so we actually wanted to chat with Tricia about a few things. A little bit, we'd like to get to know our guests a little more personally. And I'm thinking, back in the early 2000s, when you step into Hollywood, what's going through your mind at this time? Obviously, this could be very intimidating, like the entertainment industry. Were you full of like gusto and enthusiasm? Were you intimidated? Like walk us through your mentality when you jumped into the industry.
I think it was more excitement. I mean, I was coming off of I had been modeling for 10 years, so I was already living in New York City and traveling the world. So it was changing careers, which was a little concerning of, is it going to work out, whatever, but I wasn't coming straight off of, I had something I could fall back on at least for another couple of years till I got too old. But yeah, I wasn't going straight from the farm in Alberta to Hollywood.
Okay.
No.
I guess
I feel like I'm in a Letterkenny episode here.
No.
That's right. That's right.
It's tripping me out a little bit.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
don't be
I'll
too
take
freaked
it.
out. Yeah,
That's right. What
It's,
are these? These aren't the long ball questions.
it's not too freaky.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Kinsman, what do you
But
got?
obviously, a small town Alberta gal goes to Hollywood. How did you keep competitive and that competitive edge? To stay in the business, because obviously, when you get the limelight, you don't want to, you want to keep the blinders on.
Yeah, I think maybe the Alberta farm girl in me helped, because the tenacity and the also not the I'm not drawn in or the bright lights, big city doesn't faze me, so to speak. And again, having been in Manhattan for 10 years, I was used to that aspect of it. But I think that the tenacity and growing up on a farm and having that different side to my personality and different perspective can help. Makes it harder in many ways, because there's no nepotism. There's no, I don't know anyone in Hollywood to help me. But I've got a lot of grit behind me, Alberta grit, to kind of keep me going and keep me focused and driven and determined to, do a good job and work hard. And that's one thing that I always I'm proud of, is that people that I've worked with said that I'm a very hard worker. And I think that you know, showed through to some extent and helped me get to where I wanted to go, you know?
I'm looking at the comments, and someone had mentioned they're watching Lucifer for the 5th time now. Now that's the Office type numbers.
Those are
on
dedicated
repeat.
fans right there.
I would have to think when someone watches a series multiple times, that has to be one of the highest compliments you could receive, because it's sort of part of their person at that point.
Yeah, I mean, with Lucifer, it'd be nice if we get residuals every time they watched it. But
Yeah, well, of course.
with streaming, we don't. No, obviously, if it's a show that people can go back to multiple times, it's a big testament to how, you know, the quality of the show and how layered it was. If you can watch it multiple times and know what's going to happen, but still maybe see little things you missed the first time or two. Although 5 times, that may be an addiction. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I would have to. Is it difficult for you to go back, and like some people love rewatching their stuff or watching their stuff, and others just move on to the next project? Because we could always be real highly critical of our own selves. Did you go back and rewatch?
I not so much. I actually did go back and watch Battlestar Galactica back in, I think, 2019. I started because I started a podcast. And I did with a journalist that had covered the show for Entertainment Weekly during the run of the show and had been a big supporter of it. And so him and I teamed up and did a Battlestar Galactica podcast called Battlestar Galacticast. And that was the first time that I had gone back and watched something come from something that I had done from start to finish. And that was, yeah, it's hard to watch yourself because you are super critical, but I was, that show lives, it held up very well. And I was surprised with how much I had forgotten. But generally I don't go back and rewatch stuff. No, it's just, you just cringe.
Over and over.
Sometimes you go to the conventions and the people at the conventions could know more about the series than the people that were in the series because they're so passionate about it. I find it kind of cool, to be honest with you.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like an idiot. I'm like, I can't answer the question. I don't remember, or that's a question for the writer, or I have been thrown a couple of questions myself where I really had forgotten an aspect of a show or a complete story arc.
We have a couple questions from the viewers that are asking about current projects or upcoming projects.
Any upcoming projects?
Yes. I actually just filmed a movie called Hello Beautiful based on the novel Walk Beside Me from Christine Handy. And I play a breast cancer survivor. And it's based off of Christine's her real story. And so it was shot it in January up in Boston, the Boston area. And it was compared to a lot of the things that I've done, very emotional, heavy material. But I think it's going to resonate with people and share this woman's journey. So that's what I just finished filming. And I'm looking to film in April, I think. Can't say the name of it yet because it's not signed on the dotted line.
Secret. No leaks on the show. No,
but probably in Catskills, New York. More of the horror genre. A complete different project. But yeah, those are two things that I'm currently have just finished and I'm working on. But I've had a quiet last 2 years. I had a knee injury that took me out for over a year. And then we had a big Hollywood strike. So the last 2 years have been pretty quiet. So I'm really excited to be getting back to work this year and really looking forward to the rest of the year and what's to come.
When we chatted with a couple other Canadians, actors and actresses, Daniel Cudmore, Laura Vandervoort, they had both mentioned something similar: the difficulty of Canadians breaking into, I'll use a quote unquote American industry. And they almost, I think one of them, I think it was Laura, used the term, they almost had to hide the Canadian at some point. There was an unwritten bias. Are you able like to like, maybe speak to this? Are there certain challenges there, or that's overblown?
You know, everybody's journey to where they got to is different. You know, as I mentioned, I modeled for 10 years before I started acting. So I was living in New York City, and eh, the Canadian accent, I don't remember having one, but the Canadian accent just sort of, I think, naturally disappeared from just living in Europe and living in New York. And so when I started acting, I started in Los Angeles. I had moved from New York to Los Angeles. So even though I was Canadian and still am, I was there. If they just met me, they just assumed I was American, because I sounded it, and American citizen. So because I started in LA, I didn't have that I think that maybe Canadian actors starting up in Canada would have. And I've heard that from multiple people. So I believe it is an absolute block they have to step over, but or climb over, crawl over, however you get over it, or just ram over it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really have that experience because I started in LA. So I started my acting career in LA. So I sort of started as an American, if that makes sense.
And I had your foot in the door, so to speak. So for the person who doesn't have the foot in the door, if you had any great advice for maybe someone on the cusp of becoming an actor or an actress, what would you have to say to them tonight?
Certainly tenacity, and the business is a lot different now than when I started. But the business is we saw it with the music business before. We've seen it with the entertainment business and with streaming and streaming music, and they went through and are still going through to some extent some figuring it out. And the entertainment business is definitely in a bit of that right now. We're in a contraction after the strike, and after the streamers are trying to figure out if they're profitable and everything. And so it's really starting out right now. There's a lot of hurdles. Again, I can't say about speaking out or starting out specifically in Canada. But I know even like working papers in the States would be probably harder to get and things like that. I already had my papers because I've been modeling, but yeah, just do what you can to be present and be prepared and be focused. Know your priorities. If you're in it for the glitz and the glam, you're in it for the wrong reasons. You need to be in it because you love it, because there are definitely going to be some really big ups and downs. So you have to be able to weather those and stay productive however you can, with if it's going to see plays or putting on things or writing something or just being interactive in the community that you're in, and trying to stay productive. And I remember when I started Battlestar Galactica, and Edward James almost said to all of us, he called us kids, even though I think I was close to 30 at the time. But he's like, you gotta write your own stuff. You gotta produce your own things. You gotta, you just always kind of have your mind and focus in it, so that when there are the ups and downs, so that you're prepared when the uptime happens or when the job happens, that you're prepared. But also just being able to weather the down times and stay feeling productive.
I assume when Edward James almost says something, everyone listens. I'd be too intimidated to say I don't agree. I would agree with everything that fellow says.
Yeah, he just has this gravitas that you can't not listen to him,
Yeah, no kidding. He's awesome there.
But speaking of James, Tricia, in June, he's appearing at Niagara Falls Comic-Con, and I'm actually going down.
He is?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I'm actually going down with my wife and a few friends. So that was on my bucket list, was to meet Edward. So I'll tell him that you and I had some time together in April, which I'm sure he'll get a kick out of. So
yes, he is an absolutely wonderful human being and a wonderful man. So I'm sure you will enjoy meeting him for sure.
Cool. So with these Comic-Cons, obviously, I'm sure when you first break into the industry, I don't know if you're aware of what to expect when you attend these kind of shows, but I wanted to show you something real quickly. This is from my own personal collection. Now, I'm sure you remember this. This has got to be like at the top of your bucket list, okay? So this is a little piece. Ronnie, can I get a close up here, bud?
Yeah, this.
So this is a piece that I got. I met you at the Fan Expo in Toronto. And as you now, that's not the exact same shirt, because that shirt I wore out, so I had to buy another one. Okay, but
That's
the one
amazing.
thing that really stands out in this picture, besides you, of course, is the amount of hair on my head back then.
So you have less hair, and we both have more wrinkles.
Absolutely,
But otherwise, we're just as fabulous, right?
fabulous. Absolutely, absolutely. So
Oh,
with
that's
all
great.
these
I love that.
conventions- yeah. So with all these conventions you've done over your career, all around the world, what's one of the one or two things that you really enjoy the most or take away from attending these type of events?
Just getting to meet everybody, and it's certainly certainly fun when you see people repeatedly. You get to know some people over the years, but just hearing some of the stories, really, just especially with Battlestar, probably less with Lucifer, but with Battlestar, hearing people's kind of connection to it. Sometimes either if they were in the military and they were watching it at a particular time and it helped them get through something, or just gave them some relief at the end of the day. And everybody has their story, right? And so sometimes just feeling like, wow, you played a part, and just giving them a little bit of break at the end of their day going through a hard time. That's what's I always love connecting with and hearing people's stories.
Yeah, that's cool. I remember when I went and I met you, the Battlestar Galactica remake was probably, even to this day, I think I've watched it 5 or 6, 7 times. It really was cutting edge, revolutionary, introducing new characters. Katie Sackhoff took the role of Starbuck, which was very controversial, but amazing, in my opinion. So I remember my experience when I first met you in Toronto. So here we are so many years later. Now you're coming to Timmins. So what can people attending our event expect when they come to the table and start talking to you? And what can they expect from you?
Well, I don't exactly know where Timmins is, but I haven't looked it up yet to see where it is. But I think it's probably a lot smaller than Toronto.
Yeah,
Absolutely, yes.
just a
So
tiny tad smaller.
I think what can probably be expected is just a lot more FaceTime. A lot, like, probably a very friendly environment. I'm not saying from my perspective, I mean in general of the whole convention. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a lot of good FaceTime. I don't know who all is going in terms of who all is coming up there, but I think we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I think you're really going to enjoy it up here. It is different than these bigger conventions you see in Toronto. You do get a little more personal, one-on-one time. They would bring about 6,000. Like, our community is about 42,000, and you bring about 6,000 people through the event. So per capita, it's highly attended. But there's maneuverability around the building, and people don't have to wait in like lineups for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Right.
Or wait 10 seconds to chat with Mark and I. Our lineup's usually about that long. Right.
It's a drive-through.
Yeah, it's 2 hours for Tricia and about 5 seconds to see Mark and I. That's our one selling point. It's quick. But you're going to find the people in the community are beautiful, welcoming people, and we're all super excited to see you in April.
Again, April 20th and 21st. Someone just asked when it is. That's the weekend, so make sure you do not miss it. You don't want to miss this. And again, the biggest one yet, packing the Mac.
That's correct. And we wanted to thank you, Tricia, for accepting our offer and coming to Timmins. We're extremely excited and thankful that you took our offer up. So we look forward to see you in April for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Tricia.
Thanks, Tricia.
We'll see you in April. Okay.
Have a great night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So there it is. Tricia Helfer. How awesome is that?
How awesome is
That's
that? Again, Timmins Con 2024, April 20th and 21st. Do not want to miss it. Tricia Helfer coming. And of course, the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo.
We're going to get into that after the break, Kinsman.
Yes, we will.
Look at your whiteboard. It says break time. And then Timmins Con.
Then
Right?
Timmins Con and that amazing cutting board that we got presented today. We'll talk all about that.
All right. So we'll be right back, and we're going to chat more about Timmins Con.
Get a ticket now for Magic Men Australia. Tickets are selling fast, though, so don't wait. Tickets on sale now for the June 15th show at the Mac Ballroom. Tickets available through Eventbrite. And JR's Hot Sauce is a family-operated hot sauce business located in the heart of Timmins. Elevate your food to the next level. Check out all JR sauces at jrshotsauce.ca. Need a new fundraiser idea? Then contact Paul at Sweet Freeze today. Sweet treats freeze-dried right here in your downtown. Perfect fundraiser for schools, hockey, baseball, dance, or any occasion. Call Paul today, 705-465-0649 to sign up. Hair thinning? Then call Louise LaFond at Look 140 today. She can help. Check out all her amazing services and treatments online at look140.ca. Have a little one born in 2020? Then it's time to get them registered with the Northeastern Catholic District School Board for kindergarten this fall. Enroll and check out all the schools today online at ncdsb.on.ca. And Rubino's Petro can now rent bins in the 8, 15, 30-yard sizes. Perfect for your next reno job. Call Frank today for your quote, 705-288-8027. Sign up now for the second annual Aren't You Glad We're Sewing Retreat, happening the weekend of September 27th through 30th at Northern College. Tickets are selling fast, so don't wait. Tickets on sale now through Eventbrite. And it's finally here. The weekend has come for the Iroquois Falls Winter Carnival, happening this Friday, March 8th, running right through to the 17th. Come check out some fun events like the Demolition Derby, drift battles, wing eating challenges, and more. Need security? Then look no further than Lilith at Matagami Security Solutions. From access control, mobile patrol, key holder services, loss prevention, and more, email them now. Contact at matagamisecurity.solutions.ca. Need investments or life insurance goals and plans? Then call Sebastian at Sebastian Vermette Insurance and Financial Limited. Book a consult now, 705-264-4395, or stop in and see them, located 239 Wilson Avenue. And for walk-in nail trims, puppy sessions, canine enrichment classes, and more, you go to the Wizard of Paws Professional Pet Grooming in your downtown. Call 705-288-8660 or stop in and see them. Bring your canine down to 220 3rd Avenue. Need to keep tabs on your downtown? Then follow the Downtown Timmins BIA. Follow them online, www.downtowntimmins.com, or call them 705-264-8733. And the details are coming soon from TFAC on this year's Rock on the River, happening the weekend of July 18th, 19th, and 20th at Hollinger Park. Follow them online because you don't want to miss the reveal coming soon at TimminsFestivals.com. For residential commercial cleaning excellence guaranteed, you go to DAB Cleaning Solutions with Andrew N. Call Ann now for your free quote, 705-465-3500. Timmins Con 2024 is coming to the MAC April 20th and 21st. You don't want to miss the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo or this year's celebrity guest, Tricia Helfer. Details online, northernontarioexpo.com. And for Vegas-style games 7 days a week at amazing bingo nights, it's Jackpot Time Timmins. Open 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. 7 days a week, located at 251 First Avenue. Get connected with Mel and Mel with She's Connected. Learn how to engage your business audience with speaking engagements and more. Follow the ladies now online at shesconnected.ca. And new this week to Imagine Cinemas, it's Kung Fu Panda 4. Opens up this Thursday night. For tickets and showtimes, you can log on to imaginecinemas.com. Buying or selling? Have Albert seal your deal with Royal LePage Northern Realty Leaders. Have Albert work for you. Call him now, 705-465-3493. And the Iroquois Falls Storm take on the Timmins Rock twice this week. Friday night, 7:30 at the MAC, and then Saturday night, 7 p.m. at the Just Jordan Arena. Looking for your dream home? Then let Jessica Gervais at Royal LePage Northern Realty Leaders find that dream home for you. Contact Jessica now, 705-363-0136, or check out her latest listings online, Jessica Gervais at royallepage.ca. And the PMHA want to congratulate the U15A Junior Gold Kings with their phenomenal win this weekend. They're now the NOHA Nickel District League champions. And another shout out to the U18 Gold Kings with their phenomenal record this season, as they eye the playoffs sitting at a 44-13-3 record. And she's the producer of Sportsman Channel Canada and Just Hunt Inc., Amanda Lynn Mayhew. And Dare Timmins wants you to find your swim trunks, hosting a free swim at the end of the month, Saturday, March 30th, 1:15 to 2:30 at the Sportsplex. Something fun for everyone at Midtown Bowl, like Rock and Bowl, pizza party packages, fun zones, and more. Contact Nat today to book your lane, 705-267-3500. And it was a phenomenal weekend for the Timmins Majors with a 2-game sweep against the Sioux Junior Greyhounds. Next action for the boys will be this Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. at the MAC against the New Lisker Lions.
The buzzer woke you up,
The
Kinsman.
buzzer woke
just
us up.
on time.
Yeah, just
Why
on
do you always say us when I say you? You try to reflip it back on me.
Yes, because it's you falling asleep there.
It's me. All right, so we said the end, but Jason's still here, pal.
Yeah,
That's
Jason
good news.
still hanging around.
Yeah.
And again,
Sorry.
yes, big,
Sorry,
big
guys.
weekend. And for those just joining us again, you don't want to miss it. Timmins Con 2024,
Yeah.
April 20th and 21st. Again, Jay, you keep raising the bar each and every year. You're filling both sides, the MAC and the curling side this time.
Yeah, we took that that tactic last year. We had the curling rink and the arena side, and it was such a success that we're doing it again. We're probably going to be a sellout within the next week or so. That we'll be closing off applications. So yeah, it's going to be a big show, probably our biggest to date looking. And yeah, applications will be closed very, very soon. So if you haven't got your application in yet, I highly suggest you get it in. I would say before the end of this week, because anytime next week we're probably going to close.
It's going to be closed.
Close it up. Yeah.
Okay, so get those apps in. You heard it from the man.
You heard it from.
That's right.
And if you've never been, I mean, the
It's a
people
big
that
weekend.
know, they know. But if you've never been, this convention's amazing. You know, it's for everyone. It's welcoming. If you got your favorite anime, superhero, comic book character, no matter what it is,
Yeah.
represent. And whether you're full in cosplay or have the T-shirt, the hoodie, everyone's welcome, and it's awesome. And most people participate in that. And
Pokemon cards, you name it, it's there. Your boys love it.
Well,
you know,
listen,
they like spending
always
your
said
cash there.
I spend a lot of
Yeah.
Pokemon cards. Get this. Hold on, Kinsman. I've been saving this one. Pokemon will make you Brokemon.
Well, I'm just happy that my boys not
Hey,
quite
I
into the
gotta laugh.
Pokemon yet, but
Yeah.
they love Timmins Con. Remember last year they were doing the Nerf zone again.
Yeah.
They're already talking about that. My oldest Ethan still wants to get into the Pikachu costume.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
he's almost
that's,
there.
yeah.
Every year, Francine always says, "No, just a little too short there, Ethan." But this year he's going to try it.
Yeah, good. You got to trademark that, by the way,
Yeah.
because he'll steal that.
He's already
Yeah,
working
yeah,
on it.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's already working
Yeah.
that into his next thing. So
Kids been
Yeah.
so cheap. He's buying his kids the knockoff. It's like Pokey Guys or something.
Pokey
It's a
Guys
Pokemon,
cards.
Yeah, the knockoff. You go to Timmins Con, you buy the legit.
Yeah, you get the
But-
legits.
You
Yeah.
find everything, no matter what you're into. And I think you mentioned it perfectly when Trish was on. You find things at Timmins Con that you would never find, anywhere else.
yeah, unless you're a diehard online shopper, a lot of the retro toys. We have a vendor from London who brings a lot of retro toys, like all the old GI Joes and the He-Man stuff. I was just talking to my brother-in-law when we did the Iroquois Falls Storm Superhero Day, and he was telling me he found all the 80 figures that he has in his office. So it's just really, it's a judge-free zone, but you find a lot of those little hidden gems that you kind of call it. So yeah, it's every year I'm the organizer, and I walk around and I go, oh wow, that's cool. I remember I had that when I was a kid. And so it just takes you away from the everyday stress of life and just kind of gives you a few hours of some saneness and some tranquil time to kind of relive your youth and just kind of have fun. Let your not let my hair down, but let your hair down and just have some fun, really.
Yeah. It really is awesome.
It is an awesome
and you
weekend.
know, lots happening. The Mystery Machine.
Yes,
from
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo will
He's
be
gonna
here.
there.
Yeah, that's going to be here. So everyone who pays their entry fee into the event, thanks to our good friends at the Canadian Mining Expo, Glenn and his team, they're sponsoring the van. So anyone who pays their attendance to get into the event gets a free picture with the Mystery Machine.
Yeah.
So that's
Nice.
that's going to be nice
Well,
as well too.
more than that, because if you say if you head down to Toronto for the Fan Expo and you wanted a picture with the Mystery Machine, I can guarantee you
Probably be
the
about
price will not be
$50.
$0.
Probably be about
Yes.
$50.
Not only
Yeah.
will there be a lineup for 3 hours, there will also be a big price tag. And the wonderful thing about Timmins Con,
Very inexpensive fun for the
big
weekend.
time partners,
Yeah.
the Canadian, we love Glenn over there.
Yeah,
by the way.
we do.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
sponsored Ronnie to go to
Special
Special
Olympics,
Olympics
yeah.
Calgary.
Yeah.
For,
now
the
he's gonna have to
Olympics, yeah.
sponsor Ronnie for a Nova ticket. But the Mystery Machine, yes. So it's a big deal and it's accessible. We saw with Prime. Of course, people are excited and there's a bit of a lineup, but you get some time. You get
That's
to
right.
chat with the owner.
That's right.
Solve a mystery or two, maybe.
That's
there,
it.
Kingsman.
Maybe KLOMP will be there with his new do with Ranger
Yeah.
again. Would it be Ranger or Rookie? Ranger looks more like Scooby.
Probably be Ranger. Yeah. Are you expecting some Scooby-Doo cosplay
Oh, yeah.
showing? Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's going to be dressed as
yeah.
Fred.
Yeah, of course. I know you did it. You're involved at every murder there, Kidsman. So I'll solve that.
That's it.
So on top of the vendors, the attractions, and there's a planned Q&A with Tricia.
Yes, on the Saturday we'll have you two gentlemen were very kind to accept our offer to host the Q&A with Tricia. So they'll be on the stage. You guys will be asking her some questions. She'll kind of interact with the crowd a little bit. So yeah, that'll be interesting as well too. It's usually interesting when you have the audience asking the celebrity direct questions because you really don't know what they're going to say sometimes.
Right, yeah.
So you kind of have to, the celebrity kind of plays off what the question is. Sometimes it's quite comical, but as you can see with Tricia, she's a true pro, and
She'll handle it.
Oh, it'll be a lot of fun.
Like a true professional. And again, it's a lot of fun with those Q&As.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, but yeah, it's awesome because sometimes, when you interview someone, there's questions that we want to ask to promote the event, but there's probably people at home that have questions for Tricia about their favorite series or movie shows. And this is whether it's the meet and greet portion, whether it's the panel, it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm asking all the questions, Kinsman, so forget about it. You can hold the live stream camera.
That's right. We'll keep it
but we do want to give a big shout out to the NOE, the whole committee.
Yes.
And their partners, because we love this event. You've grown it every year. And I think it's a big deal. And I know a lot of this work, if not all of it, it's volunteer on top of regular life.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
This is a huge deal for our community.
Together.
Yeah, it is. It's honestly, if I wanted it to be, it could easily be a full-time job, like a 40+ hour a week job. And that's for the whole year. There's just so much involved behind the scenes with the planning, the fundraising, making sure that you have all of the, your pipe and drapes in place. Plus there's all the, the travel arrangements. We've been asked by other cities to host our event in other cities, which we're not looking at right now, but it just shows the progression that we've had and the growth over the last 14+ years, where we have people from other cities asking us, hey, would you guys put this on in our community? We really like how you guys do your show, and it's very friendly, it's very courteous, it's very user friendly for the for the vendors, for the people attending. So it easily could be if it was a paying job, of course. But it easily could be a full-time job, 12 months a year, hands down, for sure.
Yeah, you're
Lots
right.
of planning involved.
You're right about comparing it to the other cities. I'm from Thunder Bay, and sometimes I go back and forth. Thunder Bay, Timmins, who's going to win the battle? But Timmins for sure when it comes to convention.
Yeah,
Thunder Bay has a couple things, but
hands
nothing
down.
Like what we do here. So I bet you Thunder Bay was on that list that called.
Well, actually, Thunder Bay, they've had their show running now. Oh, it's probably been quite a few years now.
They have a show, but it's not
ThunderCon. Yeah, it's they're you know what, with this type of show, it's just not anyone who can go, oh, I'm going to do a Comic-Con. You know, there's a lot of do's, a lot of don'ts, a lot of trial. a lot of headaches, just because of the unknown, and all this boils down to is, do you have the proper funding to put something on of this nature? Not everyone is going to attend your event. I wish everyone did, but not everyone's going to attend your event. We only have, like you had said, 42,000 ish population so we, when we draw 6,000 people in, that's pretty good. You're around that 10% ish kind of mark. So that's really good. And we've been told that from other people who attend other shows. Or if you're doing like a show in Toronto and you've got 3 million, 4 million, whatever their population is now to draw, and you draw 150,000 people, well, you can afford to bring in 4, 5, 6 celebrities, and you're charging, triple, quadruple of what we charge for our booths, kind of thing. So it's the money aspect really comes into play when it comes to how big of a show you can put on. It's just, like I said, it's just not anyone who can kind of do this. So there's a lot of factors that go into play.
It's also cost affordability. Everyone knows how expensive life is. At the end of the day, when you put the whole budget together, you're keeping in mind that you want to keep the ticket prices reasonable. Yep. Seeing the big attractions like the Mystery Machine, free, as reasonable as you get. And I'm sure that goes to your head, because if you wanted to charge $200 to get into an event, you could probably bring in 20 celebrities if you wanted to. But that's not feasible for families to attend. Yeah.
No, and that's why I think our event is seeing the growth it has seen over the last few years, especially coming out of COVID. With everyone just locked down and just wanted to do something. So since COVID's really kind of been lifted and, everyone's back to their normal day, life and day, that kind of stuff, the growth has been great. But it's also the work that, my team does behind the scenes to make sure that all of the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, all that kind of stuff. Plus, like I said, without our sponsors and partners like you guys, this does not go anywhere. So it's that simple. Plus, again, everyone who walks through that door and buys either their price of admission, again, without them, again, Timmins Con and our organization would just basically cease to exist. So I know I sound like a broken record, but we really are so appreciative and thankful that the support that we get from our community, our sponsors, our partners, and people who attend our event. So that's why we work that extra hard to put on the best event we can.
That's right.
Each year. So.
And when Optimus Prime rolled out last April, the work started right away and continues to, obviously a lot more T's to cross, I's to dot between now and April 20th and 21st.
We were just talking about that before we went on about, geez, it just feels like we were.
Just seems like we were just
Optimus
watching.
Was here yesterday, so it's
lots of fun last year.
It's time goes fast, and it just seems like we were doing Optimus and Bumblebee and Laura last year, and here we are again, and we're looking at a bigger attraction, bigger star, some new things we're bringing in. So it's a lot of fun. But it's easily a year into planning for our big event for Timmins Con. As soon as we're done in April, we're already looking into
going into
April of next year. And to be quite honest, we already have some irons in the fire for next year already. So that's when I say that it's a full-time job, it really is.
You always thinking, you got to keep the gears spinning to always raise that bar. We always say you're raising the bar every year. It's hard to do that, but you guys make it look easy.
Oh, it's not easy. It's a lot of work, but as long as it looks easy to everyone else, that's perfect. That's all we want. So.
The comment from Debbie, a couple up there, Ronnie, and a couple other people have commented the same. The price is so good, I'm able to bring some of my grandchildren.
Well, that's a
big deal, right?
That's good.
Yeah.
When you go to, and again, I'm not, we're not talking negatively about any other conventions, but when you go to a Toronto show, you go to a Niagara Falls show, usually your ticket to get in the door, was easily between $40 to $70, $80 per person. You haven't even looked at a vendor booth. You haven't looked at an artist booth. You haven't had a $20 slice of pizza. You haven't done nothing. All you've done is simply got your wristband on your wrist, and you've been given access to the event. So, when people kind of bark a little bit, oh my God, it's $15 to get in. Well, yeah, it's $15, but drive to Toronto, get your motel to Toronto. You know, there's a lot of costs. So that's why we always want to try and keep it at a very, you know, user-friendly rate as much as we possibly can.
There we go.
Yeah, reasonable prices right there.
This is awesome. And we're going to be there 2 full days there.
Yes, we
Kinsman.
will.
That's right. And you will buy those Pokemon cards.
Pokemon cards. My 2 little guys, again, going to be helping out. They love helping out and, you know, playing in the nerve zone, the fun zone. There's always something there for, you know, the big adults and, of course, the kids.
Yeah, yeah. And then we just confirmed that our good friends from the 501st Canadian Garrison, the Star Wars Club, they're bringing up 2 new displays that we've never had here before, which is going to be extremely cool for all of the Star Wars fans. And then we're also going to have a little Mario Kart area where we bought 2 battery-powered actual Mario Kart. Then we'll have a little racetrack for the kids to drive. You know, it'll be for the smaller kids. So obviously, Mark, you can't jump in.
No, I can't be jumping on.
You know,
there.
you can't because the wheels will probably go like that. But no, we got that for the kids. We're always trying to bring in new stuff, so that should be a hit as well too. So.
Kinsman, did you hear that? Don't be sitting on the car.
Don't be sitting on the cart.
There's plenty of stuff for you to do there.
That's right.
Like get me my coffee, get me my notes for the Tricia when I host the Tricia Q&A. I got you busy there. You don't you worry about those cards. No. But yeah, that's the other great point because, you know, people with younger families, they want to go to events, but sometimes there's not enough for the little kids. The little kids get unhappy quickly. It's not a nice time, but you folks have figured this all out because you have this great family zone. There's tons of room, tons of activities. It's safe, it's open. So I assume when you sit at the table every year, you know, if the family experience has to be 1 or 2, like on the list of importance.
Absolutely. That's probably the most important, that and obviously the vendors. We got to keep the vendors happy because without no vendors, we have an empty venue. So, but yeah, the vendors and our family zone really is probably the 2 big things that we want to concentrate on. Just for the sheer fact is when someone walks through the door, you want to hold them in your venue for as long as you possibly can. Where if you just walk in and out in 10 minutes, that's really not, you know, you're not catering to our audience. So it's important that we cater to our audience. So if someone can come in, spend a few hours with us, that's fantastic. The kids are in the Legos, doing crafts, driving a Mario Kart, shooting Nerf, you know, doing all kinds of, you know, video games and all that kind of stuff. So it's really important that we focus. That's one of our primary focuses is that family zone to make sure that it's accessible and enjoyable for all ages, not just, you know, the younger or the older. We try and cater to all ages, which is very important.
Just got a question from Chris Costigan there. Will there be a Family Feud again this year?
Yes, there will be. We've got 3 new teams coming in to challenge the TPS. So TPS is coming back to defend their title. Okay. Which was actually, we didn't know what to expect last year. It actually went off really good.
Yeah,
really well. It went really well. So we're doing the same thing again this year. We've got 3 new teams that we're going to be finalizing the announcements tomorrow. So that'll be on our website and on Facebook as well. But yeah, we're doing that again, and that should be quite. It was a lot of fun.
Lots of fun.
And then Rick Lemieux is going to be hosting it again, so we'll have that comedic spin to it as well too. So it should be that should be a lot of fun. Yeah, I think
it makes it fun. Yeah,
we kind of struck lightning with that last year. So
you did, and I thought it's pretty cool because you're touring around the floors, you're chatting with everyone, they're having a good time.
Then you hear the
family feud. Like to me, that's the perfect.
It's a big atmosphere.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Yeah, no, it's and we have the sound effects when someone gets a question wrong. You got the big, and then when the people walk up on the stage, you have the family feuds, tune blaring, so everyone recognizes that. It's like an iconic.
And they come sit and watch.
It's an iconic thing, so it draws people to that area. So yeah, it was like I said. I think we hit lightning in the bottle with that last year, and where it's going again this year. So
good.
Looking forward to it.
Smiling about this one. Yeah, it was awesome.
Family feud, lots of fun. And again, if you haven't been, Timmins Con 2024, make it be your first. And again, if you've come in years past, this is going to be the best yet. And again, April 20th and 21st at the MAC is the weekend. Can't wait.
Okay, so let's toot our own horn for a second there, Kinsman. We want to
Toot our own horn.
We got a
Yes.
Nova nomination.
Yes, we
which
did.
Once again,
Well, we're a finalist. A Nova
I
finalist.
warned you about crying when we get nominated
I
for
didn't
something, and
cry.
once again, you're crying at full beer.
I did not.
You cried to win this space. You cried with the CMHA award.
Never
You
cried.
cried with the United Way award. And again,
Yeah.
it's okay, pal.
Never cried. I didn't cry.
It's
no.
only let out your emotions. I'm not
My
judging you.
emotions.
I support
That's
you.
it.
You know, women
Yeah.
really love emotional men. You know that, right?
Yeah, you don't let out too many
No,
emotions on your side.
I'm pretty
No.
blank. All the
Yeah.
emotions have been
Black
drained out of me. But no, in seriousness, we appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks
Um,
for it's good to get the finalist nomination.
He's at the brink again.
We're there. Yeah, we're at.
Here comes the waterworks.
You want the close-up cam? Keep the close-up cam off, Mark.
Yeah.
Nominated for TD Business Group
Of the year, business of the year for
One-
employees 1 to 5.
1 to 5. Well, originally it was 1 to 2, but then we're like, we're gonna have to fire Ronnie.
Yeah,
They're
so-
like, okay, we'll make it 1 to
So
5.
1 to 5 to
Yeah.
fit Ronnie into the category with us.
But we appreciate it, and
Fire Ronnie.
we had to fire Ronnie if it was 1 to 2. We didn't
Yeah.
want to do that.
I heard it was Ronnie that was the deciding factor why
Ron-
you guys got the nomination.
This could be very true.
It could
Okay,
be very
yeah.
true. They got a special Olympian gold medalist,
Yeah.
double gold medalist
Yes.
working for us.
Ronnie, we can't just call him Ronnie no more. It's gold medalist
Gold
Ronnie.
medalist
That's what
Ronnie.
we have to
Well,
call him now.
he's going to be
respect
pawning one of the medals to go to the Novas now. Needs a ticket. Needs a ticket now.
But yeah, thank you so
Yeah.
much. And of course, congratulations to all the nominees. We see that list, and we see a lot of the folks that we work with. So
Yes.
all well
lots of fun.
deserved.
And again, that's going to be a fun night in May. We'll be down there. And again, we're going to be pledging for Ronnie to get there with us.
There's
No.
a gold. That's a Timmins Con
Yeah.
question.
What's the cost for the teenagers and adults?
13 and up, it is 20, and 12, I think it's 15.
Okay.
15.
Yeah.
But Ronnie
All
has,
the information is on our website.
Yeah,
as
so
well, too.
Ronnie has posted the link to the Northern Ontario Expo right there, Facebook
Yeah.
page, which would give you the links to the web page and all the information on there. So
Nice.
once again, super reasonable. And there we go. Now we just raise money for Ronnie to go
That's
to the
it.
Novas. That's right.
Now we'll
Yeah.
be there in May. And
Maybe-
again, yes.
Maybe we could be one of those tall men, and Ronnie could be like on our shoulders with,
On the
with
shoulders.
the jacket.
Yeah, you walk it in with the horse get up there.
Yeah. I've seen Ronnie eat at the computer table. I'll be worried about this. No way, you need a bib. Me and Ronnie need bibs.
Yeah.
I don't know what
It's
you.
gonna be a good night though.
Me and Ronnie need bibs. All right. Thanks a lot, Jason.
Yes,
Dennis.
thank you, guys.
Fist pumps
Tricia
all
Helfer,
around.
of course.
Yes, Tricia Helfer joining us tonight. And again, we hope to see you April 20th and 21st for the big weekend. Timmins Con 2024 and Tricia Helfer and, of course, the Mystery Machine, Scooby-Doo, and all that amazing fun that you've got planned for the weekend with the NOE,
Yeah.
Northern Ontario Expo.
Look forward to seeing everyone there.
It's going to be a great
Don't
weekend.
test your knowledge before we go, Kinsman. You think you know pop culture now. Finish this line. Scooby Dooby Doo.
Where are you?
No, it's Destroy the Death Star.
Is
Haven't
it?
you seen that?
No, I didn't.
Night, Ronnie.
See you tomorrow.
4 weeks, 4 days, 7 hours since I talked to you. Somehow I never crossed your mind. Suddenly, I'm 2 chapters in on a flight into Malibu, and now I'm worth your reply. Every time I run through your mind, you call to chase the feeling. Guess I shouldn't be that surprised. Where you left was so revealing. Thought we had a good time. You were pulling movie rom-com lines, holding hands in the daylight. I really thought that I could read your mind. Now you push and pull me inside out. I'm blocking your call, I'm done now. Thought we had a good time. Sometimes time runs out. We would do or die, know you felt the hype. We were on the same page, same page. Seeing through the lies, loving no goodbye. Guess that you were all game, so lame. You should've known when you walk out the door, they don't stay open for you anymore. Now you won't talk about it, there ain't no way around it. Thought we had a good time. You were pulling movie rom-com lines, holding hands in the daylight. I were so over it. Now I'm